Good evening, everybody. This is Wilhelmina and the sheep. Sneaking a video or two in while Jim's at karate and Louise is happily outside. I really never quite sure what to think of what she might be doing out there, but she's letting me do what I need to do in here. So I hope you're all well. The weather has, well, it's above zero, so we'll take it, right? We haven't seen the sun for weeks. So we're hoping for that to come through in the next, hopefully, week. It's kind of hard to keep moving, but no fussing. Thank you all for being here. I am glad to talk about a ledger that I found recently. And this, when I got it, it's gigantic. Let's see here. Here you go, Hazel. It is, oh, let's see, about 14 inches by 9. And the label says Halifax Commercial College Daybook, S.E. Whiston Principal. And I have another set of journals I haven't shown you that turned out to be sort of the same thing, only local. And this school was in Halifax, Canada, and it was in operation from as early as 1845 through, in this form, it was probably done around 1918 when he retired, and there were several people involved with establishing it. And it basically was a private school for accounting and typing and bookkeeping, how to write fancy penmanship, all the things you would need to be in the business world. So this has the name Harding W. Gerhardt from Le Havre. And I believe that he was a student and that this was his practice ledger. So they each would have a ledger or a set of books, and they had to practice having a book, running a ledger. And it has some beautiful, beautiful handwriting. He was quite the... So at first I thought this was from a business, that it was, it talks about inventory, 120 yards of cashmere, broadcloth, tea, coffee, just all your regular stuff. And I have taken this apart, so please excuse the page messing around, but this is from 1892 when he was in school. I have not been able to find any information about him, only the school. So this is what I found. So there's some empties in the back, and I have some packs together. I will show you those in a minute. So when they were at the school, they had different files of things to practice with. And a few of the students, a few of the fellows, got in trouble at local businesses because they were passing off the practice money as real money. They kind of got away with it for a few times before they got caught. So these were practice receipts, and this one, was practicing writing out everything for a receipt, signing it per attorney, and all of that kind of thing. So there are a lot of these, like fire insurance. These are the oldest ones because they changed a lot of what they had in the beginning because of them paying for things in town with their stuff. So these are the oldest ones that I have here. The rest are 1892. They also got into a little trouble because their play money, which I'll show you here too, it was too close to Canadian money also, not just banknotes. So these are all handwritten, but they're not, they are not real things. I think a few things are that I have here, but not all. These are bank checks, and it has his name on them again, so I really think that they are practice. And these would be the very early ones. And they're really pretty. So these were practice, paid to the order of. They're all the same. There was this envelope, which, let me show you that one last. Got a lot of stuff in it. This was the invoice file. And my first clue that this was practicing for something was all of these coffee and spice receipts. It cracked me up. I was like, oh, yay! These are real, but they're not. So just know when you buy them that they are practice. They're real, but they're not real traded receipts. They were practice for the students. They're still very cool. And Shields Brother Wholesale. And what tipped me off too is a lot of these are for tea and coffee. I was like, wow, they buy a lot of tea and coffee. But yeah, duh. They may have, but it wasn't a very big school. And I do have a link to information about the school that I'll include with the pack so that you can go read it. So basically, that is that. They were given their bills to pay, and that was that part of school. Cash paid out. This is the fun part. So now this one says the student's name was S.T. Rogers. So I'm thinking that two of them used this book at different times. So this is the early college currency. And we have power of attorney. So you learn to do all of these legal things. Learn to do telegraphs. Oh, my fingers. And there's a bunch of other things like that. How to write contracts, fire insurance, but the money is the most fun. And I do have a lot of it packed up into the packs already, so a lot of this will be, each pack has a set of things in it. And there's even little tiny ones, and those are probably the later ones. Maybe. Yeah, I think so, because they had to really change the look of them. This has discount memorandums, receipts, oops, more money. It just has a lot of things. And like I said, there's some empties. They're handwritten, but they're also practiced. So you'll get some of these things in the packs too. This is very old. It may have been for something, I'm not sure, because it doesn't look like anything else that came with these. And then there's some receipts. So as I mentioned, I have packs I'll be adding to the website this week. Let me just clear away some stuff here, and then let me make sure I'm in camera. I think so. I'm never exactly there, but I try. So what you will have in these packs are, I have to remind myself. So there are 4 pages of front and back. Well, 8 pages. 4 pages front and back. So that would equal 8, right? And they're from 1892. They are handwritten. Some different ink and lots of different information. It's fun to see. I mean, this was like a workbook for the students. And then I will also have the same number of the blank unused sheets. And then each pack will have, they're pretty much the same. You might hear Jolly barking right now. They're outside. They'll be pretty much the same, but there are some differences in what's in the pack. And of course, money, receipts. So there'll be a lot in the packages, and then it'll come with the information so that you can look up the school, and maybe you would have more luck finding the students than I did. I'll have another look before these get up on the site, but as of right now, I know more about the school than the students that used this book. And this came from an estate in Connecticut, and there were a ton of papers in that. I've got a lot to go through from that estate, but this is a start. It's a good start. So I will put the links in the description to where you can find these packs, and I hope that you have a good afternoon and that you're doing something fun and crafty. The sheep are out. It's pretty soggy out there. It's been raining. We're waiting, hopefully it'll dry out some. And we already have our shearer hired for April. And it's so weird to think that we're already, usually hiring a shearer is really hard. There aren't a lot of good ones. But we've got a good one, and he's already committed to coming out, and the sheep will be getting their haircuts on time at the beginning of April. And as far as everybody else, we're all the same. Louise has calmed down a lot. She can tell time. She gets wound up and worked up 5 minutes before Jim's alarm clock goes off every day. And she just insists on getting up. So we're trying to work on that a little bit on the weekends. It's a little hard. And I think really that's what I have for now. And my next video will be about the giveaway, because of all the wonderful subscribers and all of our friends here. We do have a journal we're giving away, and that will be in the next video. I'm going to wait to give it away until after Carol at Crinkle Path has given her journal away, and we will go from there. But stay tuned. I will have that information coming out darn soon. So have a good night. Stay warm, safe, and well. Smooches from the sheep.